fiber ratio of the sauce itself. This is what will allow the sauce to stand between the crust and the cheese without getting lost. You don't want the crust to act like a sponge and draw all of the moisture out of your sauce and making it disappear. And you don't want it to be overwhelmed by the cheese. You want it to be significant with both. You need is a partnership, a trio of all three that make that which is really great pizza. Go ahead and pick the tomato brands that you like, but look at the proportional representation here. And this is what's going to give me the fiber factor and allow the sauce to stand well in the finished recipe. And that is the part that is important along with the flavor profile. So my ingredients list here is, as you can see, I have 3 10 3/4 ounce cans of tomato puree. I have 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. I have 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. I have 2 teaspoons of sugar. I have 1 teaspoon of salt. I have 2 teaspoons of whole oregano. I have 1 teaspoon of coarse basil. I have 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. I have 1 ounce of fresh garlic. I have 1 can of 14.5 ounce whole tomatoes. This is what it takes to make this recipe. I will just go through the method here quickly with you, and you'll see what we come up with. It's actually quite lovely. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my tomato puree and put them in the bowl here. While I do this, I'm going to talk to you about some of the different things that go with sauces, some different information and other things. You know, fresh herbs are wonderful, and this sauce works wonderfully with fresh herbs. So don't be afraid to go ahead and substitute fresh basil and fresh oregano in here. Also, go ahead and use what is your favorite flavor of olive oil, but the highest quality of olive oil only makes this sauce better. That's true generally anywhere you're having to use an extra virgin olive oil. Quality is actually very, very, very important. Now, I'm getting all of this in here without any problems or fiascos. Now, quite simply into here, I'm going to go ahead and add my dry ingredients. I'm going to add my 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. I'm going to add my 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. I'm going to add my 2 teaspoons of sugar. I'm going to add my 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 teaspoons of whole oregano. I'm going to go ahead and add my 1 teaspoon of coarse basil. And then into my blender, I'm going to go ahead and pour my 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. And to that I'm going to add my 1 ounce of fresh garlic. I want this to process a little more than the tomatoes, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now that I've processed the garlic down a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and add my tomatoes. This is 1.5 cups of whole tomatoes with the juice. Process down. Add it to my mixture. Giving me an absolutely excellent pizza sauce, one of superior quality and flavor. Now you can go ahead and use whichever tomato products you care for. It's the consistency and the blend of whole tomato to puree that's very important here. This sauce will not disappear as your pizza cooks. It will remain pleasant and present. It'll bring the holy trio of sauce, dough, and cheese together to that perfection which is New York style pizza. Truly an American cuisine. Thank you.